Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday the 12th of January 2020. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm using the new Mythic Tarot deck for today's reading, and this is a deck that I bought thanks to my lovely Patreon supporters. Look at that horse, I just noticed that with the tongue out. How funny is that? So thank you guys for supporting me. It really means so much to me that you support me, and you support me to keep this channel going. It really, I'm really touched by it. So I really just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. So for Sunday, the 12th of January, let's have a look. And I've got into the habit lately of knocking on the cards. I don't know why. I never used to do that ever. So let's have a look at Sunday the 12th. And what I do is I tune into the cards and I just ask, what is the energy of Sunday the 12th about? What is it? How can we identify it? And then turn it into something that works to our benefit. So let's have a look. We have the Four of Swords, the Tower, and the Six of Pentacles. All right, so the Four of Swords usually is a man in a church lying there preparing for something. Here she's meditating alone in the Himalayas. The Tower is usually just the tower exploding, people going, flying. But in this case, it's Neptune's anger that brings the tower down. So it's got a different take on it in this deck. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is have and have not. So sometimes you're up and you're the king and you can give all this money, and sometimes you're the person who's down there, which is brilliantly done. That's why they look so similar, because they're the same person. Because money comes and goes. It's an energy that flows in and out of our lives, and the role will be reversed. And that's why he's being generous, because he realizes with his purple robe there and his infinite wisdom that he could be in that situation. So be generous. So what does this mean for you today? First of all, the Four of Swords is taking stock. Imagine going away to the Himalayas by yourself, and it just happens to be super warm. And you get to sit there. There's no one around. I don't know if you've done this, but when I was a kid, as one of the outward bound exercises, what they did is at nighttime, they took us on this little bucky. I think that's what they're called in South Africa. They're called these trucks, a buggy or a bucky or something. And they sat us in the back, and each one of us was dropped off in nature by ourselves to listen to nature, the sounds at night, all alone. So I was like, I think I was 10 or something, and I was alone, all alone, and listening to these crickets. And it was in a national park, so there were, snakes and lions and everything there, and we obviously weren't in any danger. But when I saw that truck coming, I had never been so happy to see that truck coming back, because being really by yourself is an experience. You should try it. And we've had this solar eclipse, so you've done this looking at yourself and seeing how good you are and how divine you are in certain ways, and what you love and who you love. But swords is element of air, and it cuts. So it's a double-edged sword, so to speak, in the sense that, yes, you got to look at yourself, and hopefully you've taken care of yourself. That's the main thing about this eclipse. It was about identifying who you are and taking care of yourself so that you can become the best person you want to be. So the Four of Swords recognizes that you've done that work, okay? And it's saying, come on, love, put on a coat, get back in the house, have a cup of tea, bring your little swords with you. The mountain stuff is over now. You've done enough meditation work. It's time to come back into the warm. All right? The Tower, Neptune being angry, because you've had this amazing experience this week, and you guys probably think it's an excuse, but I really feel that for me, the eclipse has been so life-changing emotionally that I haven't wanted to do the monthlies for January till after the eclipse. I don't know why, but it's just such a life-changing, beautiful, event where you do know what you like and you do know the parts of yourself that you don't like, and you are Neptune, you are Triton, and you say, I've looked at my life now, I've had a look at the institutions I belong to, my physical health, my behavior with other people, my sex life, my fears, everything like that. I've looked at that, and now I've decided that the institution has to go. So for instance, I work as a teacher, I don't enjoy it, so I have discovered that through this eclipse, thank you, hallelujah, and I'm now going to go to, I don't like the teaching environment that I'm in, but I like teaching. So I'm going to go to South Korea and teach English because that's going to be a different culture and it's going to be fun. And I haven't taught English before. And it's not like here where I have to ask to go to the loo, for example, okay? And then your inner Neptune comes out and he rules the waves and the weather. And you look at this institution and you say, boom, bye-bye. I'm going to blow you up because I am moving from Swindon, where I teach little kids, and I'm going to move to South Korea and teach English. I've already got the job in my head. I'm going to take practical action, and that's where the Six of Pentacles comes in. If you have something that needs to be done, if you're moving or if you're getting a new job, you're applying for a new job, then you take on, you're not begging. Like when you go for a job interview, it's not like you're begging. You're presenting yourself and you're saying, I could do this job and it's up to you to recognize my value. And that's why when you go into job interviews, you always need to see yourself like that, as you guys would be lucky to have me because I would make a contribution to this business. And you should always negotiate your salary, because once you're hired, those negotiations go out the window because they've got you. Today, if you are in the position of seeking something, if you're seeking a move, if you're seeking to get out of your existing school where you work, or a marriage that you no longer enjoy, or a diet regime that you've been on for 15 years and you're just so sick of it and you're just done. It's whatever you're done with, you're really going to have the ability today to blow that up and get rid of it once and for all. This tower's in ruins. It's not coming back, okay? It's done. The waves are going to overtake it. The lightning is doing the first bit. The waves will sweep it away and it's going to be gone. So this is a wonderful day. You can go, oh, I know who I am, I know what I'm doing, I know what I like, and I have now made decisions. I'm going to get rid of the negative stuff to make space for the positive stuff. And it's so wonderful because it just so happens that today, when you approach other people and say, I want to apply for this job, I want to apply for the visa to come into the country on a business visa, I want, etc., etc., you're actually, your wants and needs and demands are not falling on deaf ears. They are falling on the ears of someone who is incredibly intuitive, who's been in the same place you are, and who offers you a chance. So if you want to make any practical changes in your life today, this is your day. Because you've spiritually done the work and you've made the space. And the spiritual law of this planet is that a vacuum cannot exist. So because you've created an empty space within yourself, excuse me, the planet demands that that empty space be filled, either with more negative stuff, but in this case, positive stuff, positive events, positive relationships, because you're spiritually and emotionally recharged, you're as clear as you can be, you're as sharp as a knife, you understand yourself and the world and the kind of world you want, and ask for help today. And if you're someone who hates to ask for help, force yourself. I'm going to ask for help, or I'm going to go for a job interview, or I'm going to align myself with another person and see if I can do business with them to get something out of it in terms of doing something I love, and also having that thing that I love. And a side effect of it is that it earns enough money for me to pay all my bills, for example. So it's, to summarize, it's really, you know what you're doing emotionally and intellectually because you've done so much work in this week. Today is a reward. When you take practical action on the things you've discovered, you will be met by someone with open arms who says, absolutely, I'm going to give you a chance. Here you go. Welcome in to the club, the new situation that you want. You have support. So ask for help and also take risks, because people are going to be very open to you, even where they haven't been. Numerology for the Tower is, I think, the 17th card. Let me double check. It's the 16th card. So we've got 16 and 4, that's 20, and 6 is 26. 2 and 6 is 8. And 8 in numerology is power. You have the power. You've given yourself the power by engaging with the eclipse, and now you're able to take practical action, and you're strong. And whatever action you take practically is going to put you on a path that eventually leads you from being this person to being this person, because you've listened to your higher self, your feelings, and your ideas, the inspirations from spirit. So you have all the power in the world. Have a lovely day. If you have any questions still about your life purpose, or what your vocational aptitudes are, or where you've been in past lifetimes, or what you're supposed to do in this lifetime, what's destined for you in love and romance and relationships, and what you can do to change that, and living situations, but where the best places to live, relationships, what's coming up in future, what you're supposed to be focusing on at this point in your life. If you have any questions at all, then please get in touch with me for a personal reading. It's gregoryscott.com. Just on the front page, it says book reading now. Click on that button to order your reading, and you can do 15-minute reading, 30-minute reading, 45, 60-minute reading. It describes what you get with each one of the readings. It depends on how much detail you want to get into. You can also click on the shop tab on the website. That gets you to the same place. So please head over to gregoryscott.com and order your reading with me there. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my readings, so I can answer any questions you have. If you liked the video, please hit subscribe and share it online. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.